It's welcome to On Cue Billiards in Mesa for stop 3 of the Mothlike 9-ball series. This is a winners bracket round 1 match between Antuwan Anton and myself, Mike Holt. It's an even race to 5. It's every 40 points of Fargo difference is 1 rack on the wire, up to a maximum of 2 racks in this length of race. But as you can see, there's only 33 points separating us, so we play an even game. I win the lag, and I've got the break here. It's World 9-ball tour rules, so the 9's on the spot and I'm breaking from the box, trying the cut break. I managed to make the 1 in the side. Is the 2 going to give me a look? It surely is. I can put this down the rail and just try and float forward and get under the 8, I think. If I can hold it for the 3 in the bottom left, I'll be happy. And that's offline. So I give up the table and a nice opener to Antuwan. Very busy room tonight at On Cue Billiards, as well as this tournament. We're occupying 4 tables. There's also another tournament on for the National Police and Fire Service. The tournament director, Chris, was talking to me earlier today. He flew in from Wisconsin. So they're on a few of the tables. Plus, we've got the APA League. And I think every table in the house is occupied. And it's also a main thoroughfare in front of our camera towards the bathrooms, which are down on our right. So I do apologise for any periodic people who are walking past the camera. So Antoine gives it a table back. I'm just trying to drop this 3 in. Secret off the rail here is to have the minimum amount of movement I've found. Really shorten up your cue action. Small backswing. Little follow through. Try and stay as still as you can. That one worked out okay. I managed to pull up in time to leave me a shot at the 4. But I need to do a bit of work to get up for the 5 here. And that won't do. Pretty poor shot. I've drawn into the 7, which has rebounded off the rail to give me a snooker. So I'm looking just to try and knock this into the side. 1 rail. If I can hit it and just knock it past the middle, it wouldn't be too bad. But do get lucky. Managed to drop it in. When you make a shot like that, you always get a little buzz. So I'm thinking, if I can find a bridge, I might try and cut this 6-ball in. Walking around. I'm just hesitating there because the bridge I want is on the adjacent table. And I think there's Wayne Crowe, he's playing Tad Thurman over there in their first round match. So that guy I was talking about, the promoter of the Police and Fire tournament, he's the guy in the blue shirt in the middle of the screen there. He's playing a match right now. So playing this with a lot of outside. And it just throws the 6 off. Managed to judge the swerve of the cue ball. But not got much shape here. 7 will just squeeze past the 9. But it's occupying the right half of the pocket as we look at that screen. And a bit of a blind pocket from where I'm standing. So just got to put a bit of faith in the point that I've picked on it and try and put a good stroke on it. Too thick. Didn't really threaten the pocket there. So give Antoine a chance. Run out these 3 balls to take the first rack. Might probably be playing this with a bit of left if it was me. And get the cue ball across. He's done exactly that. The cue ball's flattened out a little, so he's finished a bit awkward on this 8. Choose your pocket, which one do you want? He's looking at the top right. And then he could draw with a bit of left off that long rail. Come back over, but he was choosing to go forward. Overcuts the 8. Any damage done? Well, it's left me a bank. can just hold for the 8 down there, the 9 down the rail. So this should be 1-0 now. Barring slip-ups. Don't need it too hard, just a little stop shot. A fairly generous pocket, so as long as I don't miss by too much. It actually hit the rail about halfway on its journey, but it never bounced out far enough to trouble the pocket. So alternate break here in this format. So 1-0 to me and Antuwan with the break here. Gets a ball. Has he got a look at the one? Not a great look. Can cut it in. And you have to spin the cue ball, I think. Bit of left. Try and come all the way down. Navigate between the 6 and the 7. And that long rail to get the 2. The 2 will pass the 3, I think, in the top right. But just happy to play the snooker. But that's bled out. So I can just slide off the bottom of this one ball. That'll just bounce out into the table a little, and the cue ball should drop below that little wall of balls, leave them in a bit of bother. A spot of bother. Yeah, tricky to hit this one. Coming one rail across. We'll need a bit of spin on it, I think. Bit of right. Yeah, needed that right spin, so catches the 3 and gives up ball in hand. So, run out opportunity for sure. I want to try and get fairly straight on this too, so I can get the 3 in the opposite side. That's a bit careless, just hampering myself. I've got to bridge over this 3 ball. This gentleman has come over to check out the tournament. I said, yeah, that's fine. Just don't be distracting the players while they're at the table. Hint, hint, like me. But it's good to have people coming in to watch. That's why we're putting the tournament on. Try and create a bit of interest. And that's given me a pretty good angle on that 3 now. Just working out what side of the 5 I want to be on. I'm just going to stop above the pocket line so I can get down easy enough for the 6. But I'm a little thinner than I really wanted. So I'm actually playing 2 rails to get this 6 in the centre pocket. And that's running on a little. I'm going to get lucky and get shaped past the 9. I actually played it in the left side. Got Efren Rodriguez. He's playing on the adjacent table. We've actually got 4 tables in use here, so it's a bit tricky for the players to know where the cameras are. I've got 4 cameras set up. One is a live stream, which was showing table 10. This is table 9. And just leaving myself straightish 7 ball. Can actually push forward here and use 2 rails to get on the 8 in that top right. Put a smooth stroke on it. I would appreciate if you'd subscribe if you're enjoying the video. Really does help the channel. And just some draw and reverse side. I put left on that and it becomes right when it hits the rail. Egging that cue ball to roll a little further. And I can just cut it in here and get to 2-0. And trying the cut break again. I can get this one in the right side. Okay, so that time it came below the pocket, so I was a little thin. Little too thin, or maybe not quite as much power as I put in the earlier break. And Anton just going to push out here. He's just going to try and put me on the top cushion. Just looking at a safe, try and just hide the one. I'm going to try and make sure the one does not hit the 4 off the rail. And whenever you're playing those real slow baby shots, it's very easy to decel. And that's what I did. Didn't quite hit it as much as I wanted. Anton does the same. So neither was coming up with a particularly good safety there. Yeah, a bit inaccurate. Put that into the rail. I'm just going to seize the initiative in this rack. This looks like a fluke. Holds his hand up. Probably looking at a safe. Bit of a stretch for him. Very skinny to try and cut it in. Oh, he's trying to put me behind the 4, but another decel. So I've got enough angle here to try and come forward. I'm going to use 2 rails, I think, to try and get shape on that 3 in the side. Could have with a bit more pace. Now slightly trickier. And another poor miss. So neither of us seizing the momentum here. Just back and forth. I'm waiting for another chance. That 3 is going to drop, is it? And surely it is. But there's a gap. There's a gap through to the 4. I think he's dead flat though, so it's going to be tough to do anything more than just roll it in. And he's going to try and put some power. It'll have to be special, and he sure put some power on that. But the accuracy suffered. But wow, holds his hand up yet again. He's got me in a real tough snooker. So always tricky when you're closer to the rail than the object ball is away from it. Yeah, just need to be a little further down the cushion. So he's got the ball in hand here. Going to come across for the 5 in the bottom left. And does it look like a combo? I'm sure the 8 won't, the 6 won't pass the 8, so he'll have to try and cut it in. Yeah, nicely done. Just finished a bit tight on the rail. Needs to go above the 9 as he's coming back across the table to get a shot on that 7. Just cut it a little too much. So I'm looking, is this any way you could make this into a combo? And it's, as you can see, it's pointing just to the left of that diamond, 1 diamond out from the bottom left corner. So I'm actually trying to cut the 6 onto the 9, but cut it very thin to try and make the 9. Miss the 9 entirely. The 6 flies in the corner. Where's the cue ball going? Yeah, that 6 was a fluke. Now I was trying to cut the 9, a combo on the 9, so I can't complain. Cue ball was always running wild, so a simple little 2-ball out for Anton to get on the scoreboard. There it goes. Let's see what sort of break he can manage. I'll hit some pretty square and as hard as he can. Gets a good split of the balls. One safe. Just a tiny edge sticking out. So I'm looking at playing this tiny bit of left hand spin, try and get the one over there by that right hand long rail, and the cue ball all the way around 3 rails to snooker him. Just a bit short of pace, but still made it, just about. Shorty's coming out. I've seen it all. Let's look at that one again. Well, thought the one was going off the table, but it bounced and flew in that corner pocket. A good jump to hit it. And drops the 2 in nicely as well. Good shape on the 3. I believe there's a window to stop on the 4. Yeah, just rolling forward. And may want to try and flick into the 5 here. Oh, he misses it. Only option now is the 5-7 combo. Oh, he's playing safe, trying to get me snookered. And I think I can do the same back, just a thin snick off the bottom of the 5. Try and get the 9 to be the intervening ball. I think I just left it a bit short as well. Possible bank cross side. Yeah, he came at it. It was a kick bank actually, came from behind. And this will go. Just catch it right. Can get over for the 6 in the bottom left. Pretty natural angle. And another nice angle to come out for the 7. Oh, not hit it. It's definitely going in. You have to give it a bit more juice than that. I should have used both rails. Trying to baby it and trying to hold, never a good idea. Let your stroke out. That's worked out okay. You can drop this inside. It's going to be tricky to get behind the 8 though, so he's jacking up. Try and manage that. That's good. And then just make this 8. Cue ball out a little bit into the table. Beautiful shot. So it's going to be 2 each after 4 racks. Now it's just a race to 3. Who's going to proceed? Nicely done. So how's this cup break shaping up? Was it a little bit too soft or a bit too thin last time? And marginally too thin. Caught the point, but still lucky, made a ball. And a lot of the 3s blocking access to the 1 directly. I can go rail first with a lot of right spin. Flick it in. Cue ball should come round for this 2. I want to see if I can shape for it in the bottom right so the access is blocked to the bottom left. Spin. Okay, it's going to be alright. I've done with it a few inches more, but can just draw over to the left side long rail. A little awkward. Would have been better if I was actually parallel to the rail with the 3. Could have just stunned out into the middle of the table. Now I'm going to have to try and follow forward 2 rails. And I've overcooked it a little. Yeah, about a foot too far. And now a very dainty little cut across the table. Bit of cut-induced throw to concern yourself with on this one. That's okay. I've got it done with a bump on the 7 to hold me on the 6. I'm just weighing up if I can bank this in the top left and just stop the cue ball close to where it is, where the 6 is now for the 7 in the side. I was a little wary there. I think I needed to cut it a bit, but the natural for the cue ball, stunning it, would have been to go in the corner pocket. So I ended up putting the 6 a little wide. Left a tough shot here for Antuwan. He can make it for sure, but getting back for the 7, that's the challenging part. Bit of power. Wow, what a shot. It was clean as a whistle. And had he not caught the point of the pocket, I think he would have had shape. But now he's got to play a 7-9 combo, I think. 9 ball definitely favours the aggressive shot choice. But it was very demanding to get that degree of accuracy over the length of the table. I've got a little 2-way in mind here. Just dropping it into the side pocket, pushing the cue ball all the way over to that long rail. So I'll have a shot on the 8 if it drops and the snooker if it doesn't. And pretty easy hit this. Just where it's going to finish, he doesn't know. Trusting to luck a little. It's flying around the table. Is it going in? He's going to dress up. Well, it's the latter. Just checking how far off the rail it is. I want to try and get the cue ball all the way down and then back up to the middle of the table for this 8. And somewhere to the right of the 9 would be nice. There's a contact on this rail, but I'm going to bump it. Yeah, that's gone wrong. Briefly entertained playing the bank in the bottom left corner, but I think safety and discretion is the better part of valour in this instance. Just trying to get that 8 in the middle of the bottom cushion. And knowing Antuwan, I think he'd probably go for a bank here. Oh no. Well, it was going in if he hit it harder. So, steel yourself. Let these people walk past. And then try and put a nice stroke on this. And that's okay. And another one the same. And that'll put my nose in front. Looks good. So it's 3-2. Antuwan with the break here. Rack 6. He wants to keep me off the hill. Makes the 1 in the side. And he's going to get a look at the 2 ball as well. This is a real nice split of the balls. Look at those. Everything open. 4's got a couple of obstacles in getting access to it. Should be able to negotiate those okay. Get the cue ball out into the middle of the table here. I think just a slow roll. Stay under the 9. You don't risk snookering yourself. Yeah, like it. And then bit of left English just to steer clear of the 5 as you're coming off the long rail. And the 6 is just hanging over the middle pocket. Just get out above the 7. Oh, Antuwan. Golden chance you had there, my friend. Run the table. But he's left me a makeable 5. In case you're wondering why I'm walking back and forth, I'm actually tournament director in this event and streaming from the table next to us as well. I've got a few little technical glitches. There's always something, right? So all the way up and back down. Didn't really want to be so close to this long rail. In fact, any harder, that was a scratch as well. So just left myself a bit to do here. I'm just off straight. If I follow forward, I'm going to hit the long rail just like a couple of inches up past the middle pocket. So you can try and force it in, come around 3 rails, that top half of the table. I'm just looking to see if I just baby it. Any chance of squeezing the 7 in? No. Any chance of doing a carom, knocking the 9 in? That's high risk. So that's the contact point with the cue ball. I go around the back of the 8 and then have a shot at the 7. So you just got to be careful here. Off the rail, putting power in. You've really got to try and stay still if you can. I didn't really do that though, did I? Well, I came below the 8, but that's alright. That's actually turned out pretty perfect, in fact. I can just do a stop shot and maybe a little draw. But I'm just waiting because the chap in the police and fire tournament is shooting on the table to the right. So I'm waiting for him to just get out of the way so I can play my shot unimpeded. And I wanted to leave a little angle. I've come very straight and I don't like following these in when it's almost dead straight because you can easily follow it in if you just catch the 8 ever so slightly off. So it's a draw shot I'm going to attempt. You just got to gauge it, the power, the spin. I want to draw back to where the cue ball is right now. And as soon as I hit that, I was happy with it. It's a great feeling when you can gauge the pace on something like that and leave you an unmissable 9. So this is to go on the hill. Yeah, I've got a little buzz on at the moment after that draw shot. And trying to play at a slightly faster tempo to allow some sort of rhythm to emerge definitely helps. I've just got to watch out I don't go too quick and just rush things and make a silly mistake. Get the cut break. Kind kiss off the 4. Knocks the cue ball up table with the 2. This is a great layout. I want to draw back to the long rail where I'm standing. A little bit of right English. Get the cue ball across and below that 3 for the same pocket. But hitting it hard, I lost a bit of accuracy. I rattled the 2. Got the cue ball pretty much perfectly where I wanted it, but squandered the opportunity. He's trying to hide me above the 3. Well, that's not covered, and the 2's dressed up right over the corner. There's quite a lot of obstacles to negotiate here. Bottom and left on the cue ball. Well, missed everything and finished a bit tough here. It's going to have to be a corner pocket bank, I think. Try and stun the cue ball down for the 4 in the side. Need to cut that a bit more. And left a cut for Antuwan. Ooh, he's a bit unlucky there. Caught it a bit thick and the pocket didn't want to take it. So he keeps leaving me balls right over the hole. I've got to make the most of one of these opportunities. So I'm now going to play this with just a bit of right English. Don't want to put top spin on too much because it can loop a little bit. The cue ball's coming around there below the 9. It's going to leave me a shot in the top pocket, I think. And I can just control this. I'll have the 5 in the same pocket. Okay, this is good now. I can just follow forward and I'll have the 6 in the bottom left. And then I think there's a line to come across the table like a natural angle. Get short side of that 7 in the same pocket. Feeling pretty confident here. Can just pop this in, one rail up the table for the 8 in the same hole. And now I just want to come twice across, hit both the long rails, leave the 9 in that bottom right. I didn't want to catch the 9. That's made it a bit tricky, but I think it's still cuttable. So I don't want to play this with right because there's a chance of the scratch in that top right corner. So a lot of left, check side, trying to kill the pace of the cue ball. There we go. Got it 5-2. Thanks. Good game, Antuwan.